4:01 a.m. November 17th. This is a quick video response to King Heathen's question, challenge, whatever you want to call it, where he asks whether or not the story about Jack and Jill that he told, he asks whether it's true or not. To just hop into it, I watched the video twice before I chose to respond, because I think I'm making it more difficult than it needs to be. So, Jack and Jill are going out to a movie, and the movie that they select is a chick flick, because the following day is Jill's birthday. It's perfectly, plausible, perfectly acceptable to think that the day before your girlfriend's birthday, you will go to whichever movie she chooses. So that part of the story seems true enough. The next part about him falling asleep because he's so bored by this film. I've never known anybody who's fallen asleep in a movie theater before. I've never fallen asleep in a movie theater before. But it's possible. It can happen. So the story up until this point, I can say that it's true, I suppose. It's a second-hand account. It's King Heathen's, interpretation, his retelling of the story. But up until this point, it seems honest enough. It's something that could definitely happen. So he's having this intense dream. He's in a battle. It was mentioned earlier that he prefers more male-oriented flicks, so him dreaming about battle seems plausible. It seems like that, maybe he dreams of battle. In his dream, he is either decapitated or severely wounded in the neck region, a kill shot, and as a result, he dies in his dream. He may not die. King Heathen didn't say that specifically, but you're led to believe that he would die from such a blow. But he is conscious enough within his dream to be shocked by the consequences, to be shocked by what happened. Apparently he's never been killed before in a dream. I've never died or been killed in a dream before. I've heard, rumors about, if you die in your sleep, you're going to die in real life. If you're killed in a dream, you're going to be killed in real life. I think that's more of a campfire myth, though. I'm sure people have died in their dreams, and that may indicate some flaw in their psyche. But I don't think somebody would die from a dream. I suppose it's possible. It's also possible that he had a heart attack in the movie theater, and that there may not be a causal relationship between the result in the dream and his heart attack. It may be a coincidence. I suppose it's possible. And now the girlfriend is distraught because she, for some reason, takes the blame because she drug him to that movie. I hope he wasn't, putting up too much of a fight, because if he's a good boyfriend, he should have went to that movie pretty easily because it was her birthday, but whatever. He asks, King Heathen asks if it's true. My two concerns with that is that I don't know, without researching newspapers, without having more information about the story, without hearing the information from the source, this is a second telling. This is King Heathen giving his account of the story. Where did he get the information from? Was he told by word of mouth from somebody else who may or may not have known the people, or may or may not have seen the article in the newspaper? So you can't really trust the stream of information. It's like that game you play when you're a kid where the teacher whispers a phrase into the first child's head, and by the time it gets all the way through to the last child in the class, the message is lost. It comes out usually to be something that's very funny. But also, nobody knew what he was dreaming. He didn't wake up and tell the girlfriend that's what dream he had, and then have the heart attack. For all she knows, he simply was quiet for a while and died quietly of a heart attack, or was quiet for a while and, began convulsing or, doubling over in pain. I guess depending on the type of heart attack, how intense it was, he may have had time to communicate with her. But we don't know. So the biggest concern is, other than the fact that we don't know what he was dreaming, presumably he didn't add that information to the story, so we don't have that information to work off of. We have no idea what he was dreaming about. We don't really know scientifically if a dream can lead to death in real life, and but the biggest concern is we don't know where King Heathen got his information. I don't know if that's what he's looking for. I don't know if there's some more to it that I'm looking past. And sorry for being bundled up. I'm in Chicago and I have no heat in my apartment, so this is how I am, just sitting in my apartment. I'm sure that when I view the other responses or view his second video, that there'll be something very clear that I've missed. But is it true? I don't know. King Heathen seems to be an honest enough man. I've been watching his videos for quite some time, but this could be a game. It could be something to throw us off. So, is it true? I think it's unknowable. If I don't have more information, I cannot really make that decision. So, that'll do for now. Until next time. Okay, this has to be quick. The video that I made the first time was sort of made on the fly, completely candid, not scripted, and I came to that conclusion as I was speaking to the camera, after watching the initial video twice. Was I right? I kind of think I was right in a different sort of way. You ask how long did it take me to get to my conclusion? I can't really say because I worked that out as I was speaking. And am I religious or not? I'm not. I'm an agnostic for now. I haven't quite taken the leap to full-on atheist, but it's possible. Thanks. Until next time.